It's Phil from Aussie Garage here. I'm here with Des. So Des, what are we doing today?
We're going to be rolling guards on the XC.
Awesome. Well, let's have a look. What are we going to? We're going to end up rolling the back end, aren't we? Here.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. So I measured, and we reckon that we're going to get around about 15 mil before rolling.
Okay.
Yeah, roughly around about that of extra clearance.
Nice. I'll be able to put some fatter tyres on the back end.
Yes,
Bit
that's
more
right.
meat.
Yeah. So it's pretty basic, rolling up that lip.
Yep.
And then that's going to give you that extra clearance. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Well, let's get stuck into it.
Okay. It's 2 centimeters, 20 mil.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay, now we're going to start the actual real work.
Fair enough.
Fold around 3/4 of that 20 mil, so that means about only 15 mil extra clearance will be had by rolling that up.
That's nice. I suppose that's the hardest thing about doing plastic cars is you don't know what's underneath sometimes, isn't it?
No, that's right. It's always a guessing game, and it's just who's more intuitive with this kind of work, with the experience, will determine how good your anticipation is going to be.
Yep.
And how good your judgment on something you can't actually prove or see.
Yeah.
That's now that's cooled down.
Yep.
Before I heat it up, I'll let you get the camera in there.
Yep.
You can feel how smooth that is, and that is probably 80% the way there. Doesn't matter if it's DIY or whether it's professional. If you feel that there's a little bit of paint that's a bit flaky underneath and you just put your hand, it doesn't feel nice and baby smooth like this one does,
Yep.
you probably want something like 400 grit or 800 grit, somewhere around there. And then just lightly sand that edge.
Yep.
Because usually that's where the little bits of cracks of the paint are. And then once you've done that, I want you to feel that and tell me that that isn't smoother.
Definitely smoother.
Awesome. Guard number 2.
Yep.
It's amazing how much different this side is to the other side.
Yep.
You can see all the spot welds on this side, you can't see the spot welds on the other side.
Wow.
Just a pointless bit of...
Yeah, it's fair enough.
Well, it's not pointless. It's the reason why I look at for those sorts of things is if there's supposed to be spot welds there and you can't feel and see spot welds,
Yep.
it means it's likely to be bog
Yeah.
filling in those spot welds. Because like as I'm heating this up, my mind is only thinking about one thing, and that is what potential things do I see that could be a can of worms.
Yep.
And that's all I'm trying to be highly sensitive to at the moment. Hot, hot, hot. Yep. We'll test the paint. Just a few small taps. You listen. I'm also listening to the sound as well.
Yep.
And that all gives me a bit of confidence. The sound and the way everything is tapping. So we'll start going with it now.
Awesome.
guard rolling tools push the panel out a lot.
Yep.
All right, the whole thing moves. So when I'm hitting this with a hammer, you don't see none of this flexing and moving.
Yeah.
With a roller, you're putting the pressure amongst about half a foot all the way along. You can actually sometimes see like a Mexican wave.
Yep.
I mean, it pops back in. It's just something you got to be aware of, depending on whether it's high tensile aluminium, whether it's mild steel. And when you do old school stuff, the mild steel is really soft.
Yeah.
To think that, yeah, they're heavy car, but the steel bends.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not like the newer steel, which you got to hit it a bit harder because it's much higher tensile.
Yeah.
Last little bit over here, and then we're done.
Awesome. Well, like you said when we interviewed you before, you've been doing this for over 30 odd years.
Yeah, I mean, used to take me over half an hour just frigging it, working out where am I going to jack it from. If I jack it there, am I going to damage that? Is that too weak? And then if I jack it there, am I going to get the stand underneath there? Yeah. You know, like
Yeah, you just
a
do
lot
it
of
like
thinking
you-
just about jacking up a car, but like I'm not the one who's damaging all those cars with their pinch wheels were all buckled to shit.
Yeah.
And I know that Japanese cars, especially like even the old Skylines, I mean, yeah, they were built tough back those days, but their chassis, mate, you put a trolley jack underneath it, it bends their chassis rail.
Yeah.
It's like, no one wants their chassis rail bent,
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
why not think about putting a bit of rubber block underneath there and, you know, things like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So think about how you jack someone's car up in the way of caring about their asset a bit more.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. And you know, and to me that separates the cowboys from bloody, you know, the professionals, you know.
Yeah, look, I think that's, yeah, care in general or anything, really. Yeah. Okay, do this last bit. So I've just been fussy trying to get a smoother finish.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Alright, that's a nice, fairly smooth finish. Yep,
Nice.
I'm happy with that. I would say you've actually gained, I said there would probably be 3/4 of that 20 mil.
Yep.
I think you've gained closer to probably 17 mil.
Nice.
Seems to be a bit flatter than I expected. So, yeah.
I might get 9 inches underneath there now.
Yeah, and then if need be, we could always bolt the roller on it, just see if we can pump it a tiny bit, but I don't think you want to keep it original as possible, don't you?
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
That's an offset there.
Yeah, well, that's what Nick's brand looks like.
What are you talking about? What are we, bloody 4 inches off?
Yeah.
It does look good.
Yeah, it does.
Reverse your ring.
A 4-inch spacer, that's all you need.
Yeah, spin the ring around, mate. Spin it around, see how it looks. It's a shame it doesn't fit on that look.
It's like the XC coupe, so you can put that 10-inch wheel underneath it and they just look mean.
Oh.
Every time. You know?
You've gained almost 2 tyre sizes
Yeah.
of clearance.
Yeah, they're
I'm happy with that.